4. Alright, what is up, my guys? It's your boy Brad, and I'm coming at you again from the RPOBMX shop here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Good morning. If you're catching it in the morning, it is Tuesday, March 18th, and we are just on the cusp of spring here. Cold nights, some nice days. Not sure when it's coming, but it's coming soon. So we happen to be getting a pump track put in the township community center nearby here, maybe a block or so away. So I decided to start building some completes up in case, you know, maybe some new kids decide to start riding, and I'll have some ready for them. Although these are a little bit high-end custom completes, I'm kind of use these as like a mannequin to show off some of the parts and consider it a shop build, because I don't really take it out to ride much more than let some guys test ride it to see if they like it, and then I can give you a discount. So yeah, plus for you and plus for everyone, because someone gets to ride and these bikes don't end up staying in the basement. But for now, I want to thank Jim. Shout out to my boy Jim, who used to ride for S&M way back in the day when we rode when we were younger, and he helped hook the shop up with this Sunday Soundwave and allow me to resell it for a very good price. So if anyone is interested in this Soundwave frame, it is a 20.5 and it is going for, I believe, $250 at the moment. That doesn't include shipping, so if you're in California, kind of a pain in the ass. But yeah, $250. Soundwave's usually like $405. It has the lifetime guarantee sticker on it. It is the V3 with the wave tubing and the wave down tube as well. Top tube wave, bottom tube wave, and of course the seat clamp, which I like, and the taller 5-inch head tube. So those are just some of the specs on this. The 5-inch head tube, less spacers here, gives it a bit of a cleaner look, and it does have gyro tabs, so you could run a gyro, brakes. It has a 20.5-inch top tube, which like I've said before, I'm over 5'8", I'm about 5'8", 3/4, and this is comfortable for me. I like a 20.75, but I can ride this if I stretch it out a little bit. I have this one set up a little tighter for street riding, and I just threw my stolen Low Pro wheel set on these that I've talked about in more than one video. And you can buy this as a complete if you'd like and swap out the wheel set, because I've described them 100 times. But I'm going to go over the frame real quick. Like I said, lifetime guarantee, has a very nice stable back end that I want to say is set right here. It's about 13, a little over 13 inches. They shortened the back end on this one to, I think slammed is 13.0 or 13.3. And where it sets now, I believe it's 13.5. Handlebars, I have the 9-inch Rise Odyssey uppercut bars, 27-inch width, so they have no need to be cut down. And got the good old Travis Hughes grips on here. Do carry those also. The stem, we are running a discontinued We the People. It's not the Logic stem. It might be the Justice stem. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's the We the People Supreme V3, and they don't make it anymore. This version might be the V2 because it doesn't have the recess. And I remember looking it up, but kind of just decided to throw this one together last minute because Tuesdays suck, and maybe this will get you guys some bike stuff to look at. So anyway, it's a sweet stem. I really like it. I like the cutouts in it. A lot of stems today are just boring, no character to them. This one has nice cutout. It's CNC'd, and if you look on the back, it kind of has this. Not a huge fan of. I have trouble lining up the wheel in the first place. I don't know why. Maybe I'm a little cross-eyed. I'm getting whacked in the head a lot, but this, although it may improve the clamping, does kind of throw me off a little bit when I'm lining up the wheels. Speaking of, I got a microphone. I don't know if they're working, guys, so I'm talking loud, but, you know, new equipment on the way. Hopefully you can see clearly because one of the lights went out too. All right, we got an animal headset. These are in stock now, the black animal headsets. They come with two different size caps. They come with the 15 millimeter and the shorter 10 millimeter. Didn't need any spacers with this because we have the 5-inch head tube, and the animal street forks are not cut at all. They fit perfectly with the stem, and I threw a little one of the RPOBMX by Versus Me CNC stem washer on there. I explained that, I think, in the last video. And of course the animal sewer cap, top cap, which I do love the look of this, the animal sewer cap, top cap, but it's not my favorite top cap. It's one of my favorite the way it looks, but it does kind of ding pretty easily. However, it looks really good with this build. The street forks, on the other hand, are super strong. They weigh in around like 2.3 pounds, which is pretty much average for any street fork these days. They have these are the 26 millimeter offset. They have, you'll see they have the embossed Scavenger logo down here. It's on this side as well. Same with the street fork logo. It's on both sides. Great sticker, very hard to get off, and they don't give them out if you try to get them, which I don't think any company should give out any of their master sheet stickers when it comes to frames and bars. That's why stickers like the R32 stickers are so hard to get, and these Odyssey stickers on the handlebars, once they're gone, because Odyssey's smart. They don't hand these out to everyone because they'd all be throwing Odyssey stickers on their bars and probably trying to sell them to their boys, and then Odyssey would get a bad name. So good on you, Odyssey. And I said the same thing when Animal did their frames. I said, you know, I wouldn't do another run of stickers. I'd do however many frames you do that many frame stickers, and that's it. Someone wants to give it away, they give it away. Other than that, that's the number of frame stickers you got, and I'm pretty sure that's what they did, which was smart. Although the sticker wasn't. I'm gonna be honest, I love Animal, but I think they just picked the wrong time to do frames. All right, another cool part. Oh, also what's cool I like about these forks is how the peg sits in it. They don't look quite as nice if you don't have pegs on them. They kind of have like a weird angle. I think it's the same fork with a different dropout for each offset. So I believe it's the same geometry for the entire fork for the, I think, the 15s. The only difference is they put a different welded dropout on there, or a different invest cast dropout to change the offset to 15 degrees. This frame does have a seat post clamp that you can use. I happen to have one of the old school Sunday ones with the exclamation point. I wanted to do something with the blue Jared Washington Animal and then match it with another blue one, but we'll save that for another build. But I do like having the seat post there. It's kind of the seat post clamp there. It's cool, especially with the bigger, fatter seat. It doesn't make it look quite as bulky. And on this one, I'm running the Matt Cordova V1 seat. Right now, I only have the V2 seat in stock, so those are available, but which is why I didn't want to put that on here. And the seat post is just a basic gloss black pivotal seat post. It's hard to find the gloss pivotal seat posts. A lot of them are heavier, and the ones that aren't as heavy, I believe, are like a cold forged metal, and they have kind of like it's kind of like a matte black. It wouldn't match quite as well with the gloss, so that's important to me. I like that these forks are gloss. They go into a gloss headset cap, the gloss handlebars, the gloss frame, even though it's like a or they call it rust-proof ED coating, and gloss seat post, Matt Cordova demolition fast and loose seat. Also got some other fast and loose stuff in. Got the Revolt 19 millimeters cranks in chrome 165s, and have the fast and loose handlebars 9.5 inch rise with some nice back sweep for hitting that transition. And speaking of, we're going to jump right into the drivetrain here. Got nice little 25 tooth fast and loose axis sprocket by Demolition. Wish I could have got a couple more of these. This was the last one they had, 25 tooth and 6 sprocket, especially up close. I'll let you guys check that out. It's pretty nice. Looks great with the silver chain. Silver chain is just a PYC half link by KMC, I believe. I'm not quite sure what it stands for, but I know I got that from my Tip Plus, which is my Primo Stranger Federal distributor, and it's a really nice chain. Comes greased up and looks really good, especially with this setup. Next, we have 170 millimeter Eastern throttle cranks. Eastern was my first distributor, so I will always love Eastern for that. A lot of guys' first bikes are Easterns, and back in the day, some of Eastern's parts were like just ridiculously out of this world with some of the stuff they created and how light it was. Wasn't always that safe sometimes because they'd have like a crazy amount of cutouts in them, but it was they were definitely original and innovational. Here I have a set of the Odyssey JC PC pedals. I turned them into black and white, and I could not find another set of the left side white ones, so I threw a right side one on. If you guys happen to be wondering why it doesn't have the same exact normal pedal formation, which should be slanted on one end and slanted on the other. But I'll flip that around and show you. And this is what I meant by the stem kind of has that zigzag to it. All right. And this is how the pedal should look. And since, like I said, I'm a goofy-footed grinder, I lead with my left, I lead with my left and grind on the right. I usually will take these 4 pins out. If you see, I only have 4 pins on the black side, which I have replacements for, because when I grind, my foot is here, and where the peg is hitting, the bottom of the pedal often hits as well, especially if it's a hard surface, and we'll grind it right out. So these pedals are great for goofy-footed riders that grind. Like if you watch Mikey Andrews, Milky, grind, I believe he started grinding goofy-footed, which is why he's so good at doing crank arm grinds and back pedal grinds, because when you're goofy-footed, all you do is back pedal grinds. You don't even really need the peg. But speaking of pegs, what I am running here instead, I love the Animal Benny pegs. They are out of stock at the moment. So these I've had for a little while. These are the BSD Rude tubes in 4.5 or 4.4. And the core in each on the right side is chrome. The Rude Tube XLs, I'm sorry. The core on these is chrome on each of the right side, and on the left side I have the core is aluminum or an alloy, and it's lighter, and those are the XLTs, I believe. And the reason I like these, I like the diameter. It's a smaller diameter, perfect length, and I can put the chrome ones on the side that I hit harder, and I can put the aluminum ones on the side I barely hit. As a goofy-footed rider, crooked grinds are easy. They're easy for me. I don't know why. They just seem a lot easier, and that's probably because of the pedal drag and more surface area for your back peg, and that's why I run the 4 pegs. Some people, why do you run 4 pegs? You don't use. I don't really use 4 pegs all the time, but on occasion, I hit a crooked grind. People might think I'm okay at riding, but it's not true. It's just the fact that I'm goofy-footed, and that trick just happens to be the one that makes life easier, just like back pedal grinds. Let's see, anything else? Bottom bracket. This is not a Demolition bottom bracket. It's just a 19 millimeter bottom bracket. However, I do have in stock these. You don't see a lot of 19 millimeter cranks anymore, so I'm sure people have difficult time finding the dust caps for 19 millimeter spindles. And luckily, I called up my boy JP while he was still at Demolition, and he sent over a bunch of the dust cap Demolition 19mm dust cap sets. So if you guys are interested in getting one of those or getting like a Demolition headset cap, I carry those in, like, I have them right over here. The mid are out, but I have the big ones, and then I think I have some of the small ones in stock too. So that way you can save money. You don't have to buy the bearings. If you just want to replace the top cap, freshen up your bike a little bit. Aside from that, got a couple metal hub guards. This one, luckily, fit on. I've had this hub guard forever. It's alloy. I've been told metal hub guard, plastic peg. You won't fly too much. That's the problem with me at the skate park when I grind with plastic pegs. It goes a little bit too fast. I don't have the same control I used to, so I prefer metal. However, the plastic is easier on the wrists. So meet in the middle and go with plastic peg and metal hub guard if it fits. This is the BSD Revolution hub, and I've talked about this before. It doesn't really sound like a cassette. Only has that little purr to it, but goes backwards and has like nearly immediate engagement. I'd say maybe a ½ inch till it engages, if that, maybe a centimeter, which is really nice. And if you're riding the dog around the neighborhood at night, it's not very loud to wake up the neighbors. And the gearing is 25/9 on this. And on the other side, I have an E-Claw overguard. You guys may wonder why these guards, you'll look up your hub guards and they're $28 or $35. This one might even be $40. I know the Ryan Howard hub guard is, and that's because a hub guard like this, guys, it's gonna last you forever. You can take it from one bike to the next to the next. You invest this money now and you end up saving money for the rest of your riding career. So yeah, I know it seems like a lot for a hub guard, but think about the machining that goes into it and how it's not very easy to make a piece of metal that shape. And they always throw some cool graphics on it too. So, all right, that's about it. I'm not going to go over the rims and stuff, as I've talked to them about even before, and I've also talked about my favorite tires, the Momentums. But the way I have this set up, I'm not going to throw brakes on it at the moment. But if anyone's interested, they can throw brakes on. As a complete, I'll think about the price, but for now, trying to get the frame sold, and also got a pair of Thunderbolts in 165 that came in that need a little bit of refurbishing, as the pant leg has rubbed off some of the black on the cranks, and I just didn't think they would look as good. These cranks are also, these by Demolition, are very light, and they're 170s, which is good because this frame has a longer back end than most of the ones I just showed you. I did the Bone Death. That one's actually longer than this, but the shortcut, the kink crosscut, those back ends are really tiny. So yeah, did a few updates on those. I was just weighing all the bikes just now, and they all, 3 of them, the Colt Walsh, the Fit Shortcut, the Bone Death Machine, and this one all weighed in at 25.6 pounds. I think the scale's off, to be wrong, but I'm gonna double check it and I'll let you know. So other than that, I'm gonna give you guys some up close looks. Hope you have a great week. Hope we get some sun and you guys get out to ride, and I can get out to ride too and get some clips riding and messing around on some of the bikes. But yeah, looking forward to this pump track. Hopefully, you know, anything to get kids outside these days is great, and I think biking is just something that's, it's healthy, you can do it forever, it's not very rough on the body or the joints or anything, it's actually very good for them, whether it's BMX or not, you can get suspension. So yeah, that's going to be the video for today. Hope you liked it, man. Favorite part on this bike, I'm going to go with 3 of them. I'm not going to include the wheel. Stem is sweet. I like the stem, I will say that. I got that on eBay, but I do carry the Mac Cordova seats, sweet, and I do carry, well, the Fast and Loose sprockets are out of stock, but the Fast and Loose sprocket, really nice. And anything you see here you're interested in, hit me up in the comments and let me know, and we'll hit you back. So to everyone, thanks for watching, and I'm out.